Hi, everyone. Welcome back to another WIA Weekly Wind Up, where we meet you here every Tuesday to talk a little bit about what we have going on within the Women in Analytics and Data Connect community. I have mostly some repeat items from previous weeks and a few additional new items as well. So I'll try to be brief here. In terms of the community, we've got a couple of events coming up in October, one of which is this Wednesday, tomorrow, Wednesday, October 11th. We've touched on this a couple of times over the past few weeks. We've recently launched our newest webinar series in partnership with Trust Insights. So we are going to be having our second webinar tomorrow at noon Eastern. If you're interested in learning a little bit more about the webinar series itself and what's going to be presented tomorrow, you can head to our Women in Analytics page. The homepage is shown right here on the screen. It is womeninanalytics.com. You can go into events up here in the top corner. Scroll down, we've got a couple of different types of events. The webinar series is featured here, which is the event that we have going on tomorrow. We're really excited to have this series kicked off. If you are not familiar or are new to the Women in Analytics community, we host these free webinars bi-weekly. We took a very brief hiatus over the conference this year in an effort to just kind of focus a little bit more on those efforts. We are really excited about being able to kick off this series again in partnership with Trust Insights this time around. This one is our second of the series. We hosted the first one 2 weeks ago. If you are interested in viewing that, it is available within our Women in Analytics community platform, which we'll touch on next. But this Roadmap to AI Readiness series is really exciting and obviously very relevant to what's going on in the world. So if you are interested in learning a little bit more about the presentation that we have coming up tomorrow, you can check it out on this womeninanalytics.com/events page. It basically gives you a breakdown, little image here, and then you can click into this Register Now button to get signed up and make sure that you get a notification when we kick that off tomorrow at noon Eastern. I mentioned a little bit about the community platform, so I would love to kind of walk through that as well. We've implemented a couple of new things. There are some things that are coming up also within the Women in Analytics community platform. So if you have not had an opportunity to join us yet, I'm going to just share my screen quickly, touch base on a couple of the new things, share a few new things that are coming up. And then I can also show you where, if you are one of our standard members, you can access the video recording as well. Your screen, once you log in, will look a little bit different. I'll also share a link on where you can sign up for this. It is just community.womeninanalytics.com. I will make sure to share that link in the comments. This is roughly what you should see when you come in. We've got a home base, which is just an aggregated list of all of the things that are going on within the community. In terms of new things, we've added an Introduce Yourself page where you can get to know other folks on the platform. The Welcome to WIA is fairly new as well. It is basically just a walkthrough of all of the features of the community platform. We try to make it really palatable and make sure that it's really easy for you to get acquainted and learn a little bit about what we have going on within the community. We just recently, in a previous version of Mighty Networks, we had these interest groups. We've swapped to this newer version and have recently relaunched these interest groups. So you have the option to, add yourself into any of these interest groups. You can click into it and it'll be a little bit more of a curated list of content for you. So we've got some questions, any, challenges or events that are coming up that might be valuable for you, book recommendations, all sorts of things. So you can contribute your own here as well. This little section here should be very similar for everyone who logs in. It's not just the admin team that can post. So if you have resources or articles or images or competitions or anything like that you would like to share, you have the ability to do so in these interest groups. We've also got some career resources as well. And then if you are a Women in Analytics Standard member, you will have access to all of our on-demand videos too. So there are conference content going all the way back to 2018, which is crazy. All of our webinars are available in here as well. So if you are interested in checking out the previous roadmap to AI readiness. All of these ones up at the top are older series, but we've got the roadmap to AI readiness down here at the bottom. So the paradigm shift needed in organizations for AI readiness, we had 2 weeks ago. So if you are interested in checking that out, you are able to sign up as a standard member. Your first month is free, and then you'll have access to all of this great content. You can get caught up before we move on to the next one tomorrow. So just briefly wanted to share that. We've got a couple of other changes coming within the community platform as well, including a new community manager. So we'll be making an introduction to her over the next couple of weeks. And she's got some really great ideas on how to keep things fresh and excited in the community platform. So we're really excited to have Anya as a part of the team, and you will get an opportunity to meet her shortly. So new webinar coming up. We talked a little bit about the community platform and where you can access those older recordings. It would be foolish of me not to mention the Data Connect conference as well. I know we've got quite a bit of time before that comes up, but we are really excited about what we're putting together for this next year. We're already working, very hard on the content, the speakers, and all of that good stuff. So just a couple of announcements there as well. The call for speakers is open. So if you go to dataconnectconf.com, let me get back to our homepage here. This is what you should see. You can check out a recap of this year's event, our featured and keynotes from this past year. We've got a little bit of information around the event as well. And then if you go into this more drop down up at the top, you can go into the call for speakers. And then this will basically just highlight all of the different opportunities that you have as a speaker, benefits of speaking, kind of, some of the content that we're looking to fill, potential topics. The application is open now. It'll be open through the end of February, so you have some time to put a presentation together. However, our applications are reviewed on a rolling basis. So as we receive things, if they are a great fit for the event, we will just be, accepting them as we go. So the sooner you get your application in, the better. And our content council is kicking off at the end of this month. They are basically a group of folks who have, either been involved with our organization for a while. They're previous speakers. They're speakers from a few years ago. We try to offer, a variety of perspectives as we are reviewing these applications, so that we're, able to offer a good variety of perspectives for the event as well. So if you are interested, you have a little bit of time, but the sooner the better, in terms of getting those applications in. So we can move on from here, I think. So if you're interested, please check out that page. You will also see, as we've gone, over different elements of the conference, we will be changing up some of the things on the website as well. So we're going through a few conference website updates. So as we make those changes, I know we've talked about a lot of these things already, especially leading up to this 2023 event this past July. Over the next couple of weeks, as we make those adjustments, we'll make sure to dive back in and kind of walk through those web pages with you. That way everyone's cozy and comfortable and knows exactly where to find the information that they need. That being said, we are working on finalizing some updates for our DataViz competition page, and then we will be rolling out the DataViz competition this Friday. So if you are interested in participating, we accept vizzes of, all different structures and types. You can get really creative with it in terms of, creating photos or more creative artistic visualizations. We also accept things like Tableau dashboards, Microsoft BI, any of those standard kind of visualization tools are accepted as well. We've had some folks put some things together in Canva last year too. So you have lots of options on what you can submit for the DataViz competition. If you are interested in learning a little bit more about last year's competition, just to gear yourself up and have a better understanding of what the expectation is, if you're wanting to get a head start on submitting those, you can go into this More tab, DataViz competition. Like I mentioned, doing some updates to this page so that it's reflected with all the 2024 stuff. as well as we're really excited to roll out kind of a new format of this page as well. So that will be live on Friday. But if you are interested in just gathering a little bit of information about what those previous competitions have looked like, you can dive into this tab here with the information from this past year until Friday. Something that will be very similar between the pages is you'll be able to kind of check in on the tabs between the previous submissions. It'll list a cover page, who created it, and then you can check out the full submission via a button. So that will be consistent in the new page. But if you're interested in kind of getting a head start, like I mentioned, you're more than welcome to explore this page in the meantime. Our data viz competition this year is going to be sponsored by Apexon again. They've supported ASGAT the analytics over the last couple of years. And we're really excited to have them back for the 2024 competition. And then you can also view previous years here as well. That page will be going through some updates too, for the better, for sure. So until then, you are more than welcome to explore this page, but know that there's something new coming. Those are really all of the announcements I had for you today. Just to recap, we've got a webinar coming up this Wednesday. We've got an event created for it within the Women in Analytics community platform. We've got an event created for it on our LinkedIn events page as well. You could also check out the Women in Analytics page and /events, womeninaanalytics.com/events. And you can check out more information around that webinar and sign up for that there as well. We're going through some website updates. We've got a new community manager onboarded with us that you'll get to meet within the next few weeks. And then data viz competition is coming this Friday. So like I mentioned, lots of website updates happening, lots of great things happening on the back end. We're really excited to present those things as they roll out. And in the meantime, feel free to explore the pages that are available. Thank you so much to everyone who's joined today, and we'll see you next week. Thanks.